So not only is Bitcoin back above 66,000, there are some massive players in the space coming in. We're seeing huge banks, pension funds, and much more, all buying spot Bitcoin ETF. The 13F form filings being sent to the SEC is uncovering a huge amount of buying pressure on these ETFs. What does it mean? Where's the price going? And ultimately, who is behind some of these purchases? We're going to break it all down for you in this video. So make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, and let's get right into it. As always, everybody, don't forget to turn your notification bell on. Click all and you don't miss a live stream or an upload right here on the 2Bit Crypto channel. But let's talk about these secret purchases, these massive amounts of money being flown into Bitcoin, and ultimately no one seems to know anything about it. Bitcoin back above 66,126 with that slight relief in CPI data, as well as big banks coming in. Bitcoin up 7.5% on the day. The overall market nearly 6% at a $2.38 trillion market cap. So what's going on? Where are we seeing this huge amount of money coming from? And it all started a couple of days where we saw JP Morgan and Wells Fargo buying over $880,000 in Bitcoin ETFs as the price dropped below 60,000. Now, this is very interesting given the fact Jamie Dimon is super anti-cryptocurrency. He is positive about blockchain, but in terms of Bitcoin, and I quote, it has no purpose. He actually went on CBNC News and talked about Bitcoin being a complete waste of time. All of a sudden, he's in. Don't forget, they are also intrinsically linked into the iShares BlackRock ETF, but they are in. And this feels like it started a pretty big narrative in the space. We're seeing huge amounts of money flowing in from every element of what you would expect, namely Wisconsin pension funds buying $160 million worth of Bitcoin ETFs. Just to give you a sentiment of exactly how important this is, they release their filings every single year, and this was from 2023. And it gives you an idea of exactly the sort of money that they are playing with. You can see here total liabilities and total assets ranging in 2023 to $21.3 billion. That is a big amount of money. And you can see exactly the annualized returns, etc. So it'll be very interesting. The fact they are now in for a small amount, 160 million into these ETFs. What does it look like going forward? Where are they going to see these investments? And again, more importantly, when people start to see some of these returns, it is equally going to be further interesting. Again, they do file what they've got them invested in and ultimately where it all is, which I think is going to be very interesting, specifically when they start talking about these ETFs. But it doesn't stop there. We're seeing even bigger ones in. We see Pine Ridge Advisors also holding a $205 million worth of Bitcoin ETFs from BlackRock, Fidelity, and Bitwise. And actually, it is now accounting for 23% of their total asset under management, which is kind of crazy. We obviously see these massive inflows on ETFs, but you might be thinking, 2Bit, this is too much. It doesn't stop there. We see this. Look at this. Millennium Management now holding over $2 billion worth of spot Bitcoin ETFs. Very, very interesting. Massive, massive amounts of money flying into the markets. And finally, Jim Simmons and his company, Renaissance Technology, also buying well over $1 million worth of GME, and more importantly, a huge amount of ETFs and Bitcoin ETFs. This is just the start. This is kind of the crazy thing for me. And this ultimately is showcasing exactly what's going on. In one sentiment, they want to tell you one thing, and in other, they're absolutely buying the dip. They're buying Bitcoin ETFs. They're buying as much as they possibly can. And I think it's very, very interesting. You only have to take a look at what's going on actually with these ETFs, and you can see some of the purchase power that's coming in now. And I talk about this on my live stream. Here is something you have to be aware of, and ultimately showcasing exactly where these are going. Look at the outflows on Bitcoin. This is the total number of Bitcoin available on exchanges. Look at Coinbase Pro as an example. 13,500 Bitcoin left is exchange. The overall, over 17,800 Bitcoin have left exchanges in simply 24 hours. This is absolutely monumental as we see more and more of the 13F filings coming in. More and more institutions, financial businesses, and much more are holding ETFs. They're buying ETFs. And for me, this absolutely gives us a sentiment of how bullish, at the same time, though, how early we are in this space. If you've been involved in this 2021 exit the bull market, we saw the ETFs, we saw the FTX crash. If you're in, you got in at an early stage. So let's take a look at the price obviously a monumental push on Bitcoin. Broke above the 0.5, which we've been talking about now for the last 3 days. We've actually had this Fibonacci for about a week now, talking all about this bottom level of the 236, holding the 382, which we broke significantly with volume and with purpose. MACD trending absolutely in the right direction. So this is a big move for Bitcoin. It's a very strong move as well. We could actually see us retest 67,000 pretty shortly at the 618 Fibonacci, the golden Fibonacci that we're looking for, but 7.5% is a big move. But when you think about some of this money coming in, 160 million in pension funds, as well as 205 million from Pine Ridge Advisors, 2 billion from Millennial Management, and much more, should give you a sentiment of exactly where the ETFs are going. People may say the bull run's over. People may say no one's buying ETFs. The harsh reality is we saw retail ETF buyers coming in. Now the institutions want a piece of the pie, and they are coming in with huge amounts of money. So get ready. It is going to be a wild ride. Bitcoin to 160,000. Let me know in the comments what's your price prediction for Bitcoin. And if you got some value out of this type of video, then hit the like button and subscribe for all the latest and greatest in this cryptocurrency market. And until the next one, see you very soon. Take care.